Well, welcome to the Word of the Week. We're back talking about the curriculum again, finding resilience in today's world, being intentional about self-care. Now, if you remember, I started talking about how the verbiage that I use with the military is self-care, but now with the world and students and schools and everywhere else outside the military, it's life skills. And really, friends, I didn't realize this until recently, but the steps that God showed me that I walked through from point of injury after being shot in the throat and left for dead, and then till now that I'm here encouraging you, He gave me 8 steps, and they absolutely apply to everybody in every walk of life. It's just the verbiage on how you use them. And so today we're talking about step 3, which is face your fear and your pain. What does that mean? Well, face your fear and your pain is that, man, not too many people these days want to face their fear and their pain. What they want to do is they don't want to have those intrusive thoughts anymore. I don't want to think about that, because when I think about it, that means I got to deal with it. So what a lot of people do is when they see their counselors, when they see psychologists, when they see their chaplains, they're looking for a remedy. They're looking for something to block those intrusive thoughts. That comes in several different ways. There's forms of medication, there's forms of clinical treatments to help you block memories that you don't want to think about anymore. Friends, I want to tell you that the medication and working with a licensed professional counselor is absolutely the right thing to do. I did it. I worked with chaplains, I worked with counselors. However, I didn't work with counselors and chaplains and doctors and clinicians outside of not wanting to deal with the pain, the things that I went through. What I did is I worked with my counselors, I worked with the chaplains, I worked with the clinicians, I took the medication as I dealt with the root. Friends, I want to tell you, you cannot white knuckle and just like, I'm never gonna have that thought again, and please give me medication so I don't ever have to think about that again. Friends, I want to tell you, in order for you to heal, you have to face your fear and your pain. You have to deal with it. If you do not face your fear and your pain, if you don't deal with that hard thing, that trauma, that thing that came in your life, friends, then you will manage symptoms your entire life. And what are those symptoms? From not dealing with the fear and the pain of something that happened in your life. It could be anxiety, fear, depression, anger, rage, bitterness. Oh my goodness. Doesn't it sound familiar? Doesn't it sound like all the stuff they give pills for? Absolutely. And if you remember, friends, I'm not coming at you from a clinician standpoint. I didn't write this curriculum because I have a PhD, because I'm a former Green Beret, because I was an Army officer. Friends, I wrote this curriculum because I lived everything that this curriculum's talking about. I suffered severe mental, emotional, and physical trauma when on April 2nd of 2014, another soldier brought a gun on base and shot 19 of us. I lost my dad at a young age. I grew up without an identity, searching for a father my whole life. 6 months before I was shot, my wife lost both her parents 9 days apart. 2 years before her parents died, her brother died. She lost her brother, her mother, and her father. Then I'm shot. Friends, I'm telling you, I'm coming at you from a place where I understand. And these are the steps that God walked me through. Friends, I pioneered, I blazed the trail for you. And now we have the self-care steps, we have life skill steps for you to face your fear and your pain so you too can live a whole life. Friends, you can do it. You can face your fear and your pain. How did I face my fear and my pain? 30 days after I was shot, I went back onto Fort Hood. I went to the place where I was injured. I went to the place where my life was pouring out only 30 days before, and I stood on that ground and I claimed victory over that place. I took authority back Why did I go back there? Because I went back there to reclaim my mental health. I went back there to take away the sting of death from the enemy. Not that I had the authority to take the sting of death, but here I went to stand on that place because God gave me authority to go back there and to face my fear and my pain and to show me that the enemy had no authority to take my life. And friends, I went back there to face that hard place, to go back there. And friends, I went back there scared. I went back there shaken. I went back there in anxiety. There's going to be times as you're facing your fear and your pain that you're going to have to do it scared. You're going to have to talk to that counselor, that chaplain, and you're going to have to do it scared. But you face the fear and the pain as you're taking the treatments, as you're taking the medication, and you deal with the root so that you don't have to manage symptoms your whole life. Friends, I do not have PTSD and I do not take medication because I chose to face my fear and my pain. And that is the word of the week. If you appreciate these messages, would you go to alifetransformed.com, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, check out our swag. We have so much there for you. See you soon. Bye-bye.